Whenever I tell people I'm leaving my home and moving to Toronto, you know what the response is? Why? It's so expensive. Just live with your parents. This is a response video to those questions. So here's 3 reasons why I'm moving to Toronto. And reason number 1, the adventure. I'm doing it because I can. This may seem a bit of a why not kind of reason, but I think it's still valid. I've never lived on my own, in a city, in an apartment. The most urban I've ever lived is the suburbs. That's not the same. That's so different. And while this might seem like a lot of change, I think it's gonna give me a lot of life experience. You know, I'm 27 years old right now. I have a remote job, so I can keep doing my current job. I think it's time to go on an adventure. Try new things, experience a completely different way of living. Reason 2, lots to do. I currently live in a more rural area, and the nearest city that I would consider a city is about 45 minutes away. If I want to go to events or to something that's a bit more niche, that's where I have to go. And it will still pale in comparison to the amount of stuff that's in Toronto. The amount of events, activities that are going to be available is huge. Something I've discovered in the last few years through martial arts is that I really enjoy performing. And so I think that Toronto's going to have a lot of like improv, dance, or acting classes I can take to help explore that side of me. Reason 3, no car. Part of why it feels like activities take up my whole evening right now is because I spend the commute sitting in a car. So if I spend most of my day sitting, working at a computer, and then I get in a car, do some more sitting, I feel like so much of my day I'm not being active. While things might take the same amount of time for me to walk to, it won't feel like it's as much of a waste as driving, and I'll be active doing it. As well, if you can't drive after your activity, that's an expensive Uber. 45 minutes long, all the way home. Whereas in the city, an Uber would be like 10-15 minutes and much cheaper and more available. My life isn't going to revolve around a car. It's gonna revolve around what's walkable. Where can I go? I probably won't like it in the winter when it's cold out. We'll see how that goes. But not having a car, I think, is a good move for me. Now I am borrowing a car to help me move in, but I can't carry everything. And it will help me go shopping for things that I need, since this is the first time I'm living on my own. I don't have everything yet. In the fall of 2022, I actually spent about a month in Europe traveling around without a car and loved it. I enjoyed walking to places that were nearby, and so I think that's something that I can integrate more into my daily life. I hope some of these reasons resonated with you, and I hope you subscribe and join me on my adventure moving out on my own and to Toronto.